now cutting plain fabric. In this case, the drop also 1970 mm. So the plain fabric also 1970 mm. We join two different fabric, sheer fabric and plain fabric. Join two fabric. And this is 양면이죠. This is a hot melt. This is a hot melt welding tape. 이거 되게 확대돼 보이는. 확대돼 보여 이게. 네, 여기 떨어져서 해야지. In this case, need to minimize the gap between two fabrics to prevent sunlight coming in through the gap.
깎아진 면이 있고 거친 면이 있거든요. 거친 면으로 해야 나중에 웰딩 탭이 안 올라가요.
So using release paper, normally it has one side very slippery and the other side is the matte. So with the slippery side, put on the tape, and with the hot iron, melt the film to attach to fabric. 독립영화 찍으면 normally only one side we paste the film, but to make it super strong strength, you can use a double side the film attach. To make it sure, once again, hot ironing on whole side. Hot ironing is just a middle temperature, not too hot, not too cold. Need time around 30 seconds or 1 minute to cool down the film. This is 8.7 mm spline. So one end of plain fabric, we attach the adhesive spline on it. We stitch with the stapler. Insert spline into groover on the tube and roll. In this case, 이게 필름 아까 붙인 게 이게 앞쪽으로 와야 되는 안쪽으로 들어야 되죠.
네, 안쪽.
Opposite side of the film need to be inside of the rolling.
같은 면에 붙여.
예.
똑같이 붙여.
Also, with the same the spline film attached on the other end of the fabric. Again, stitch with a stapler. This is a 28 mm tube for the satin fabric.
반대편. 쫄때 웨이브 붙인대.
So inside should be the opposite side of the hot melt tape. So you cannot see the shiny from the hot melt film.
이렇게 돼 있잖아. 그럼 어차피 얘가 앞면으로 나가니까 얘를 앞면으로 뒤로 다시
Okay.
하단 밟게.
Yeah. So now this side will be the face from now assemble bottom rail and the cap to the bottom rail. And insert bottom tube inside the fabric. And assemble again with the bottom rail and the cap. Assemble the clutch control part. 지금 소나티는 원단이 위쪽으로 가지고 그죠? 밑에인가요?
콤비가 밑에.
콤비가?
네, 콤비가 밑에. 앞에. 앞면에 먼저 나와야 돼.
이게 1콤비고 이게
아니. 얘가 지금 플레인.
플레인이고.
콤비가 밑에.
예. 아, 얘 위에서 그죠?
예.
또 for upper tube 위에 튜브 한번 손가락
이거 한번 빼볼까?
예. upper tube
이런 콤비.
is the plain side and the bottom fabric is sonatin fabric. Two tube assembled with control part. And the assembled with the opposite side of it, and headrail and the cap. And fix with the screw. Okay, this is and the plug. Insert and the plug into tube. And assemble with control part. 끝난 거죠?
예, 끝났습니다. 여기 피스입니다.
And again, fix with a screw. This is the end of assemble. Now this is the process for setting the height. Now we are testing the maximum drop with this type, this continuous type. So we never tried with the 2 meter drop, but now we are trying. So now here's
요게 중요하거든요. 지금 웰딩 핀이 센터에 요게
the welding part should be the center of the bottom tube. 그래서 아까 다 푼 상태에서
네. 검증은 끝났어요.
타겟 높이에서 지금 했는 거죠. So when we set the blind in the target drop, the upper tube, on the upper tube, the fabric groove should be here like this. So the backward.
이거 확인하고 여기 센터에 이렇게.
And at that time, the joint part should be center of a tube, bottom tube. 그리고 아까 저기 찔러 넣는 것도 한번 있죠.
예. 만약에 여기에서 이제 타켓 사이즈를 여기서 확인을 했다. 그러면 여기에서 체크하고 누르고 좀 내가 뒤로 돌려야 될 것 같아.
If we need the control, the position, insert some sharp tool into the hole. In that case, 누르면은 지금 이게 위에 거 밑에 거만 움직이죠.
밑에 것만. 예.
Then the connection of two gear for two tube is disconnected. So only control tube connected with the chain work. We tested with 2 meter drop, but in this case, already 2 tube. The fabric on the 2 tube is faced, so we cannot roll up anymore. So the remaining the drop now is around 50 centimeter. It means the maximum size we can produce is the 1.5 meter drop. Now we are testing the continuous type. So this is a plain side. In this case, there's some gap in the bottom side. So when we change to the sonatin fabric, it starts to move down, and again it goes up. You can see at the bottom height changing.